Hey friends, so I just got done at spin class and it's pedal and praise, so every time I get emotional, but today it's particularly a little more emotional because I've been going through a battle and my heart is sad today, but I have something I want to share. And if you're not into like a serious conversation, you can keep scrolling. But yesterday I watched someone that I care about be given chest compressions when that was not something that they wanted. And after 40 minutes of chest compressions with a machine, not with human hands, she still passed away. And she was sick anyway. And even though I know that she is with the Lord, because it says to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord, and she's gained her promise of heaven as her home, now I get to watch her loved ones try to make decisions because they didn't have a plan. So, you know, we always think that we have time, that we have tomorrow, that we're not going to die, that nothing bad's going to happen. For some reason, as humans, we rest in that and we think that that's truth, but that's not truth. One thing that we're not promised is time. And so, first of all, we need to love each other and forgive as easily as we can. I'm going to pull somewhere else because I don't want people to see me crying in the parking lot. We need to love each other and forgive as quickly as we can because we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised time. We don't get time back. But if you don't have a plan, if we would have had a paper that said she didn't want compressions, or if we would have had a paper that said what her wishes were, she would not have to spend 40 minutes being pumped on by a machine when she was likely already gone to begin with. So you can get a paper written up at your doctor's office. You can get a paper written up at a hospital. If you even go in for like an x-ray, you can ask them. They're notaries in the hospital and it doesn't cost you anything. You should be able to do it at your primary care. You can get a medical power of attorney or a living will. A living will, you can write your wishes out on there so that people know what you want. But to watch someone that you know did not want that, have that, it's hard. It's really hard. And the last 2 weeks have been really hard. But God is good. And when things are hard, we have that promise. We have the promise of heaven as our home, as peace that we can have through Christ. There's just a lot of sad things going on right now. So I'm sorry for such a serious conversation, but maybe someone needs to hear this. Maybe you don't know that you can have that done. But just talk about it. I know it's hard to talk about, but it's harder whenever you go and your family has to make decisions and they don't know what you wanted. Or, you know, or worse, you don't go and you're stuck in a situation that you wouldn't want to be stuck in. So just pray for my friends, family. It's going to be a rough time for them, but just know that whatever you're going through, the devil is really attacking marriages right now. If you're married and you're having a hard time, know that you're not alone, but also know that you can defeat the enemy by literally just talking talking it out. Sometimes it's just literally we allow our minds to wander and we think things that aren't even happening, and it's just the enemy like getting in between everything, you know. And it's just our flesh not wanting to be humble, and our egos not wanting to, you know, be hurt, or having difficult conversations. But difficult conversations sometimes need to be had, whether it's the plan for your death, or, you know, the saving of your relationship. And it can be marriage, children, whatever the struggle is. If you put him in the midst of it, it will work out. And I've seen it myself. I just told someone today, I said, you know, if you can't believe for your marriage to be healed, and that's what you want, I know how close you are in that situation right now, so I'll believe for you. So if you're in that situation and you can't believe for yourself, then find someone who will believe for you, so they can pray for you and they can stand in the gap until you're strong enough. But if you don't put God in the middle of it, he can't do anything, because he's not like that. You have to give him permission. You have to give it to him in order for him to be able to do anything with it. If you just keep it for yourself, you can't do anything. We as humans turn everything to crap. We just mess it up. But if we give it to him, if we let him do it, he works all things together for our good. He works everything together for our good. And every bad thing that has happened this week, I know something good is going to come out of it. So some of you guys know I'm waiting to have a test to see about tumor regrowth, and it's been canceled now until September. And I think people need to see that everything is not always perfect, because sometimes we get on social media and we share all the good stuff and everything looks so wonderful and happy, and it's not always like that. And I think when it gets hard is when people turn their back from God. But when it gets hard, that's when you know that you're either in the right direction, going in the right direction, or something better and bigger is coming. And sometimes things have to be torn apart because we made them so messy and so messy that we can't fix it. So we have to give it to him and let him, it has to be completely torn apart in order to be made back into something beautiful and right. Basically do it the right way. So if something in your life is broken, let it be broken, and just ask him how to fix it. Ask him what he wants you to do. Ask him for his plan. And we talk about stories in the Bible, like when Joshua and Jericho, and God told him to march 7 times, and then he would take over that city. And if he only went 6 times, that wouldn't happen. So we need to seek out God's plan for what he wants us to do, the path he wants us to take. It's funny that I didn't want to cry in cycling class, but I'm slobbering all over Facebook right now. But someone needs to hear this. Someone needs to hear it. And it's okay. I'm okay with putting it out there, because it's okay to be broken. It's okay to be hurting. And people need to see that it's not always perfect, and that social media is a highlight reel. So if you're watching social media and you're comparing your life to other people's lives, or what they have to what you have, just stop doing it, because it's not real life. Social media is not real life. Everybody has struggles. Everybody has problems. I'm 10 days into this sugar fast, and people don't understand it. Even my own husband doesn't understand what I'm doing. But the sugar fast is biblical based, and it's about leaning into God for comfort and for peace and for strength, instead of like food. And food might not be like your struggle, but it's mine. So that's why I chose this. And my friend showed me this book, and like something in my spirit just got like sick, like I needed to do this. And I'm 10 days in, and things are falling apart, but they're also coming together. Like because of my past and because of how I was raised, I have a really hard time like opening up and being close to people, including my husband, and he doesn't deserve that because he's good, and if I come to him with my, feelings and stuff, he will listen, but sometimes I just shut down, and that's like one of my bad qualities. So it's not fair to him, but in this also, God has shown me how not only do I need to lean on God, but I need to lean on my husband and go to him with my problems, because in the position that I'm in, and I'm saying this on social media, and people that come to our church are going to hear it, and I just can't care at this point, because I need to be broken down in order for God to build up what's inside of me that he wants to do, and be completely open and broken for him to build what he's building inside of me. But I came to a place where even at church and at home, I just felt completely alone. But I know that's not true. I know that that's the enemy. But I told my husband I just felt like I wanted to disappear. And if you scroll my social media, you'd be like, there's no way. And so that's why I'm telling you this, because someone is comparing their life to other people on social media. And social media is not real life. Social media is the highlight reel. Okay? So again, I'm sorry for the slobbery whininess, but it's important. It's an important message that I know that someone else needs to hear. And I think that's it. I don't know. But just know that if you give it to him, whatever is broken, whatever is hard, whatever you need, whatever is wrong, if you give it to him, if you lay it at his feet and don't pick it back up, just keep telling him it's his, and you'll do whatever he wants you to do or has you to do, that you'll do it for him, then he will make everything else fall together. The word says it, and God is not a man that he will lie. God does not lie. His word is truth. His word is never changing, unending. It's not magic. It doesn't mean your life is perfect. Jesus' life was not perfect. He was tortured, spit on. He wasn't accepted by people. So who do we think we are? Another thing, there are so many places in the Bible where Jesus went off by himself to pray, and I've read that a lot of times, but on Sunday, when I heard that again, I thought, wow. As moms and dads, but I'm a mom, so I relate more to moms, but as a mom, we never take time to ourselves. Like, I don't remember the last time I was alone before this video that I'm making right now. And the only reason I'm alone is because I'm waiting for kids to come out of dance. So, even the Son of God needed time alone to pray. So, that should be a sign to us as humans, that we need time alone to spend with him and to pray and to work on our relationship with him in a private way. Because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, when it comes down to it, it's you and him and no one else. So it doesn't matter what your sister thinks or your husband thinks or your best friend thinks. It's you and him. That's it. And yesterday it was him and Georgie, and tomorrow it'll be who knows. So we're not promised time. We're promised heaven. We're promised, peace that we can have through him, because we should be able to be, like, I've been in this storm for about 11 days now, pretty hard. Like, every single thing is coming at me physically, financially, mentally, spiritually, relationships, my car, like the craziest stuff happening, all because I'm trying to lean in to him. So I braced myself for impact. Like on day 3, I was like, I'm literally not surprised by anything at this point. So, but I have my armor on. Even though my flesh is weak, my spirit is strong. And I just want to encourage someone tonight that if you're going through a hard time, if it looks like there is no hope, there's hope. If it looks like nothing's going to ever get better, I promise you, it's going to get better. It will, if you just stick to it and lean into him. So I love you all so much. I hope you have a good night. Again, I apologize for coming on here in a vulnerable moment, but I felt like it was important because people need to see that things aren't perfect, and that's okay. So That's all I have. But I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And if you need prayer, you can reach out to me at any time. And if you send me a prayer request, please know that I do take time to pray for those prayer requests. If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm busy. I work every day from 8 to 5. And then after that, life. So, but I promise if you send me a prayer request, I'm praying. And I appreciate your prayers and your support and your love. And that's all I have for now. So I'm going to go get my kids, take a hot shower, and snuggle up. So that's all for now, friends. I love you. God loves you. Have a good night.